Hi. It's a lovely day. Ooh, excuse me. I gotta take me a Tums. I made some liver and onions and like the last cucumber, I guess, of the season from this jar. Um, anyway, I made a little salad too. But I was looking at the news and they were talking about the GOPs are going to do another one of the uh, closing down the government before October because they have to redo the budget by October 30th, and I guess they're gonna just shut it down again like they've done before, because they don't like having a black president or African American president or president, uh, it's a mix. Uh, um, and I think that our biggest thing is that we probably need to really show are discontent. If you're I know I am. I mean, with the idea with the people they have running for in the Republican Party, I haven't heard one of them really speak on any of the issues except for whatever on their small agenda that and the things they are talking about instead of doing something with the infrastructure, changing the prison and doing some type of where it's not on the open market where we're not picking on people and we're not just using policemen as a tool for the 1% to make money off the very poor. Um, healthcare is very important, especially in this neighborhood. We have diabetes is so rampant, hepatitis, and numerous STDs, and other health problems too. Um, and a lot in our education system, especially here, and the way we feed people, the corporates, um, uh, they don't want us to change our eating habits. That they want you to have your milk and your cold cereal because when they started marketing it, that was probably like one of the things that they was able to keep long enough, once they have refrigerators and with the, but a lot of food we have now is like only the stuff that they could hold back in the 20s, 1910, canned goods and all this stuff. So, but nowadays, and people had their own little gardens, people had their own private little plots. So, you might just get flour, sugar, on a regular basis, and subsidize some of your meals like in the wintertime. But nowadays people eat out and people go fast food, so we don't really eat off the land. We are totally dependent on corporations for our food, our clothing, and even our housing. Because even the real estate, if you look at the ones like Fannie Mae's, the ones that actually the big loan holders of these realtors that okays these loans or ends up buying these loans, it's very few of them, and they have, even though they're making billions of dollars off of American citizens, they still think that like we're still getting fraud, embezzled, and um, so I see that we need to have a change. That the Republican Party is really looking sort of humiliating. I mean, and I'm not just talking about Trump, but the way they're just picking on that, and everybody's jumping on that position, and who knows, maybe like a race is right. People always want to use a black person as a scapegoat, um, and black people are so ashamed and humiliated because you have to uh, um and it just reminds me like when I was in WSU, I got misguided by a counselor, a black counselor, because she was looking at me. This is like like I hadn't really known about racism. I'm just like very surprised. I'm like, but that they would think that like they have the right to say I think I'm white, which comes to mean that they're just not gonna like you because You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that like they can't record on their answering machine. They have to have somebody else because their voice might sound black. You know, they have to have the hair extension because somebody might notice they have black hair, darker than me, whatever. But they think if they walk or talk a certain way, and that and that they're gonna try to punish me or belittle me and tell me that I think that. And I never at all could even comprehend thinking that, you know, anything close to that because I never really had that type of fantasy to where I was fantasized I was somebody else. Um, Maybe in another place like a castle, but it was me that was the princess, and I looked like me, and was using my stuff and wearing my clothes and do this, and so, but and waiting on that prince to save me. Huh? But so I think we have a really problem with the type of propaganda and the oppression that we have put on the African Americans, the black race, to where we can't even be proud of saying the word Negro or nigger because it's now, when I was a child, white trash was like the lowest thing. They were lazy and shit. Now and Negro man is derived from the Latin word that meant black, and they got it from uh, um, the Latins, it got the word from Nigeria, because that's where black people were from. And I guess they were saying that Nigeria was where, like, supposedly Jesus was from in a place called something. Anyway, so so that word meant like a connection to, like, like God and intelligence and people that did algebra, sat around and philosophized. And but nowadays it's a 180, and that's how I feel like I'm in a chaos, you know, uh, where capitalists is turned to straight up slavery, where the masses is working for the 1%, and the 1% is like deciding to punish the victims because they could get people like them, that all festered up and bully each other. Anyway, so I think that we should really be thinking about who we want to vote for, and I think that maybe the Democrats and the Republicans then lost their mind. I don't know so much as the Democrats is okay, but I like Barry Sanders, something different. Definitely the Republicans, if they're going to allow us to shut down the government over their racist, bigot, narcissistic. Um, Treason type of behavior that we've seen in the past that is actually doing more harm than is doing good. Like they're a bunch of psychopaths that and they're judgmental and they're finger pointing, but not talking about the real issues. No answers. It's just like on a elementary level, and too many of us is way past that. And I think that our votes should reflect on that. Have a good day.